Alright, y'all, you might be from Allentown if you've ever been to the Liberty Bell Shrine Museum, and you know that like pretty much the only historical significance Allentown has, besides a Billy Joel song about our demise, is of course the fact that the Liberty Bell was hidden here. And I'm going to go into a little bit of the history and why. The museum's not open. I wanted to try to catch the place while it was open. And the edifice you see behind me, most of this was built, I believe, in 1838. And then there's like bricks, like if you look behind me and the rest of the building, like there's another brick section that was built during like the Civil War, I believe, where like there's the red bricks back there, like different bricks, not stone. There's only a few walls inside left from the 1773 edifice. This was first built, Allentown became Allentown in 1862. The Allen family started this town, okay? And they were friends, I said this on another show, they were friends with the Penns and the William Penn, and he was granted some land, and he liked fishing and Trout Hall and a lot of yada yada. But so when this church would have been 4 years old or so, Allentown was just a new baby, brand new city, a new settlement. It was probably just two or three blocks here each direction of little houses and little carriages rolling around, and really nothing going on. There wasn't a Native American Indian presence here when the settlers got here. But anyway, on September 11th of 1777, now, the first part of it in 1775 and 1776, that's the early part of the war, and that's the Boston part of the Revolutionary War. Okay, Boston and they kicked butt. Like the Americans really did win in Boston, but it was kind of like a sucker punch to the British. And once the British knew we had some fight in us and we were for real, they were like, oh, like forget Boston. We got to nip this in the bud. We're gonna take out their capital, which was Philadelphia. So, and everything that in 1777 and 1778, that was the Britain's Philadelphia campaign in the American Revolution. And they kicked our butts pretty badly. Like we in Philadelphia, we didn't win. Like we always lost. We always had our tails between our legs, running like on the rope-a-doping against the British. So they beat us on September 11th. They beat the crap out of us in a battle called the Battle of Brandywine Heights. I always thought it was the Battle of Germantown, because Germantown's the battle where 6,000 wounded soldiers inundated Bethlehem, and there was only like 1,000 residents there. So there was like almost dying guys for every one human alive. But that's a different battle. That's Germantown. This is Brandywine. And after the Battle of Brandywine, now a lot of people think, oh, it's the Liberty Bell. They wanted to hide it here, preserve this ideal of America, and it symbolized the American dream. There were, I think, 11 or 18 other like big bells, like town bells, were like everywhere. There was these big metal things that were all around that you could take and snatch them up and use them to boil down the muskets bullets. That's primarily why they hid the Liberty Bell here, so that it wouldn't get shredded down into 8,000 bullets. And I guess it did symbolize something too, but it also was a lot of artillery if the British captured it. And the British were low in artillery. That was one way that we were beating them slowly, was by starving them out, like cutting off their supply lines. So, they were far away from home, and we were at home, so that was one way that we eventually won that war. But when the Liberty Bell was being hit here, we were losing that war. It was very much, we were against the ropes. So, anyway, it only stayed here for like a year, and then the British pulled out of Philadelphia. I don't understand why. It wasn't through war or like fear, or I think they just had to like move their army, and like they just had a different plan. But for whatever reason, they left the occupation of Philadelphia, and then the Liberty Bell went back. It might have even been through a treaty. I think maybe like it was engineered through the Continental Congress. I don't know exactly how that happened, but I should have done my research better. But anyway, all right, so this church stood here, and it remained a symbol of Allentown. It was always a proud thing for this town ever since. Now, and it kind of became a tradition that this is where the Liberty Bell was hid all throughout the years after the Revolutionary War. Now, all the way up until now. Also, another thing that this is known for is Allentown has the oldest Flag Day Our Flag Day goes back to 1907. It was basically invented by Harry Trexler. And the headquarters for that is also here. And, of course, now during the 20th century, Hamilton Street became the shopping district of the Lehigh Valley. And Hess's became the #1 store, I guess. I was before my time, but I guess the place to shop was Hess's. And they had this little Pip the Mouse character, and that became famous. That also can be seen here as well. But as far as the history of the Liberty Bell, that's as much as as research as I did. I wanted to bring you guys up to snuff. I'm going to do more historical archaeology around Allentown and try to put it on this page. Thank you very much. My name is Richie Romance. I'm Allentown's greatest rapper. I'm not going to promote my stuff on this page, but I will say if you want to see any of my shows or my music or learn more about me as Allentown's greatest rapper or see any of my live stuff, look on my page. My name is Richie Romance. That's ROMANTZ. Peace.